Hi, I'm Niamh Gaffney and I'm from Kells in County Meath. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in May 2013 while I was still on maternity leave. When I went to the doctor, I haven't found a lump. The doctor says probably just a milk duct, a blocked milk duct, but we'll send you to assessment just in case. So my first thought when I was diagnosed, when I was told the extent of what we were dealing with, was, will I ever be able to get pregnant again? I had just had a wee baby. I was conscious that it was part of what I always wanted was a relatively big family, and that was my first most thought, because when I knew I was having to have chemo, my understanding from what I'd heard before was that chemo basically rids you of your fertility. But I was lucky enough to be put in touch with the Harry Clinic in the Rotunda. We did the fertility preservation treatment, and in the end I didn't need any of that, and my little baby arrived 2 years after treatment ended, my second baby, so we're glad to have him. When you're dealing with the chemo, you get great support from all the people in the hospital. If you tell them your symptoms, they give you medication and whatever else you need to deal with that. When you're at home, you just need to reach out to your family and friends and ask for help. And certainly I had that. I had great family support, and I needed that from time to time, even though as a new mum I didn't want to have to ask for help, but I really did need it, particularly on 2 or 3 days a week when my extended family came up, minded the baby for me, because a dirty nappy waits for nobody, no matter how sick you're on chemo, it has to be done. And that was brilliant. What wasn't so easy for me to do was after treatment ended, when it was all done and dusted. Because I was triple negative, I didn't have any. It was literally, I'm finished. I had my treatment, I had my surgery and radiotherapy, and that was done. You walk out and then you're on your own. And at that point you start to kind of realise that what this whirlwind had all been about, and you don't know who you are anymore. You're certainly not the person who walked into the consultant's office on the first day before you were diagnosed. And that is a much more difficult battle, if you like, to fight, because it's all internal. And because you're buying into the social expectation that you're done now, you're finished, you won the battle, you can't even tell anyone, because you think, oh Jesus, my hair's going back, I kind of have to be okay. I am okay, so I have to be okay. So you don't even admit it to yourself. And you can be stuck in this kind of limbo for a long, long time. And that's where, as it happened, and actually what happens an awful lot of times is that people get, I lost my job. I was made redundant when I went to go back to work after treatment. And so when I realised that coaching was a great way to get out of this limbo, I retrained, and I now set up my own company to do just that, and I help people with that. With that time, just finding and creating this new normal, which takes all the experience that you've taken with you and create your new life, the life you want to live, rather than one that's kind of been forced upon you because of the experience of having had cancer.